welcome to Super Amazing Coffee with Coach, episode number 30. We have completed 30 episode today. It was not easy, it was not really easy, but yes, we have completed and we have did it. 30 episode. Yes, we have someone who is super duper amazing, who is a founder of Data Science Mastermind, and he have one super amazing YouTube channel where we are talking about data science. Data science is the hot topic of the day. Data science is something which is going to be the future in the near future in India also. And I have read the article that if you are becoming a data scientist, your future will be bright. So I have someone who is super amazing, founder of Data Science Mastermind. So without wasting much time, let's quickly invite the guest of the day, Kunal Naik. Kunal, thank you so much for joining and thank you so much for accepting the invite. We are blessed, we are grateful, we are thankful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amabai, for getting me on. And it's a privilege to empower students as we share passion. This time, you already do it with a lot of skills, but this time, we're going to do data science. And thank you for getting me on this show.
Thank
I'm
you so
really
much.
excited to
Thank you
share
so much. Thank
my
you so much.
knowledge with the audience.
There are
Yep,
so many people they used to ask with me, I want to do data science. I want to go in data science. My future should be data science, but they don't know the clear roadmap. And we are going to crack that code today. Thank you so much.
absolutely.
Thank you so much. So, Kunal, how was your day?
Day was hectic. I did a lot of training today, and I'm doing a batch which is
Perfect.
pretty much towards the end of their journey. And so
Mm-hmm.
we're going to see some of those aspects, what it looks like when they are at the end of this
Super.
journey.
Perfect. So, Kunal, the question I'll start. Can I ask some question directly into the
Yes,
question?
absolutely. Let's get on with it.
Perfect. So, why have you choose data science for your future?
Okay. So funny thing, when my friends, told me when I had to pick a stream for engineering, right? So my friends went into computer science, and I told, okay, when I'll go into computer science. But the moment I saw coding, what happened is I started freaking out. Oh my god, this is very complicated. And I pretty much hated the entire first year coding. Now I slogged through my third year, second year, fourth year, and then I was at a point where I need to take a job. And now my hatred for coding was not helping me take a decision going into anywhere near software development, which is pretty much the trend that time. And so I asked another friend, and from the hey, data science is a booming field, but that is in 2010, and that time there were not many institutes. Now you can see plethora of institutes that are there that offer this particular course. But that time there was only one institute. I googled that. That is the only institute it will come. I picked that and I went with it. Now here's where the transformation came. Now when I started doing data science, again this involved coding itself, but it had a little, it's like all cakes will have a cream. But what makes it different is that subtle flavor of, let's say, coffee or blueberry or something like that. That particular topping, that specialty thing, came in terms of problem solving and critical thinking, where I was able to freely or systematically think, solve problems using data. Then the transformation happened. That is where I not only started solving problems with data, but also flipped to basically loving coding, not an efficient coder, but still I can get the job done.
Perfect. So I want to ask a question. We are same. Even
Hmm.
when I was in my first year of the job, I hated coding too much. 1 year, my boss gave me one laptop and I was running here and there. कोई code बता दो, कोई code बता दो, कोई code बता दो. And my journey was like a monkey in my first year of the job. So
Hmm.
I can relate. My question is, let's suppose if I don't know coding at all, I don't know programming at all.
Hmm.
Can I go for data science?
Absolutely, you can go. Now, in this particular thing, right, the entire focus of the courses that we typically see is writing an algorithm, writing code, or doing something with SQL or Python and all of that. but there is a much more rewarding, much more thinking process on that is how to approach problem solving,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, for example, let's take an example. Simply, let's understand that there is a company, e-commerce company that does sales. Now,
Mm-hmm.
now there is so many things that are going into making that sales happen. But
Mm-hmm.
suddenly, let's say you see that the sales dip a certain quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
20% dip suddenly you see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the business owner will suddenly be at a fixed rate. They did not see any data, right?
Correct.
You go, what happened to the sales, right? Are customers not buying? Are returning customers not buying? Are we not getting new customers? Are Facebook ads was working or not? Is website down? And there will be so many different options there to be able to deduce where that sales reduction happened. And so if you have to really think and put it right, you will see that first you'll learn to think, not start writing code. Then once you try to solve the problem, once you know, okay, this is what I need to approach it, then you will figure out write a code or write an algorithm that solves that problem. So the first essence of that thing is to solve problem as opposed to writing code. So definitely if you are one person who likes to solve problem, who likes to use your brain more, and does not feel uncomfortable with unambiguous or difficult problems, then you will do just well. If you don't know coding, you can still learn and be able to
Perfect. Perfect.
work with this industry.
Perfect. I can relate. I can feel that where I was not knowing coding at all, and I decided that I should go for support project. Now, at least, if I am here right now, at least I can think about becoming a data scientist. And there are so many people who are watching us, or they will be recording they will watch the recording also. We have a huge group of people, they want to become data scientists, and they scared to code. And you have cracked the code. Don't become a coder, become a data scientist. Thank you so much. I have seen there are people, they want to become data analytics, they want to go in deep learning, they want to go in machine learning. Why there are so many questions, and there were so many options available, and people are confused.
Yep. So primarily, what happens again? This is a very recent thing. If you look at banking, if you look at retails, these industries have existed long back. Even the fashion industry is long back. But if you truly see where the application of data science came in, it is maybe, let's say, 5 6 years back is where the options started increasing, where every company started adapting to this analytics. Now, in this particular stage, right, what we see is the most fanciest profession, that is the deep learning and the machine learning. However, there is a journey to get there, and the journey can simply be put into these three buckets. One is you do descriptive analytics, then you do what you say predictive analytics, and then you do prescriptive analytics, right? And believe it or not, descriptive analytics, right? It is as simple. It's a very simple things. The ones that we see in dashboards, in forms of dashboards or report. One simple example is: can you watch a cricket game? The IPL is going on right now. Can you watch a cricket game without that scorecard? Like, imagine you're just staring at a screen. You don't have any scorecard. How will that look like?
It will look like that. Yes, we are fond of cricket. We want to see how to play. I mean, the one who are playing chauka chakka lag raha hai, but I don't know what is going on in the scoring part. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So absolutely. Now, when you get the data in, if you see it is 1 run, 2 run, and all that thing, and that data is getting captured, but it is put in the right format such that at the last 2 overs you're really excited to see who's going to win, right? And the moment somebody hits a 6-4, 6-4 in an over, you're excited because there is a run rate, there is a wicket, there is a bowler's history, there is a big, great batsman standing there. He becomes a duck, everybody's shocked, right? So there is that that connectedness with that dashboard itself. And that is the true essence of a descriptive analytics, where you basically just with simple numbers, summarizing in numbers in a very simple way, you're able to communicate effectively to the business what's going on. And imagine this happens for e-commerce businesses, manufacturing, digital marketing, all these other domains, and they are looking at this data. And it's a very powerful step. And a lot of people feel that this step is not so fancy, right? And so they skip and try to jump to the predictive analytics or the prescriptive analytics, which has become very difficult because you don't know what's happening, right? It's like suddenly you migrated from gully cricket to international cricket, and then how how would you do it? But you'll have to take that journey, right? And so descriptive analytics, simply put, your Excels or your SQLs is what you need to master before you take the next step.
परफेक्ट. वन थिंग आई फेल्ट, अगर डेटा ना होता तो सचिन तेंदुलकर आज भगवान ना होते.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect. So Kunal, I have seen there are so many people they used to think कि करना क्या है क्या नहीं करना है. What is the future of data science in India in near future?
So as of now, Amar bhai, there are roughly 1 lakh open positions. Even now,
Oh
also,
my God.
yep. So 1 lakh open positions right now,
So
and this
all of
is
you who are watching right now, see, Dr. Kalam has already told the biggest problem in India is not employment, it is employability. And Kunal has just proved that 1 लाख से भी ज़्यादा vacancy open है. Be the part of that revolution. Thank you so much, Kunal. Go
absolutely.
ahead. Over to you.
So Amar bhai, so just a little more on this particular thing, and these are like on the job portals. These kind of posts are there, both for freshers and people who are already in the industry. This 1 lakh position is open. Now, this number is as of 2020. Okay, and we are right now in 2022. That number will have already increased, and it will continue to increase till 2025 because more and more data is continuously getting captured. Plus, technology companies are finding more and more ways to capture more information, right?
Mhm.
And as we migrate to Web 3, we've already experienced one bit of data privacy, GDPR laws, and all of that thing. So the security layer on top of it will also be a major role. And as new technologies evolve, you can anyways capture a lot of data. And so to be able to mine this, right, you can only see that if the data is getting captured, the more data is getting captured, which means the trajectory of, let's say, 2025 or 2026, we can see that the number of jobs or openings will continue to rise, which means at current you have a lot of openings, and the future is also bright for anybody who's just thinking of
Superb.
getting into this
Superb.
field.
Thank you so much. So I want to ask in a job perspective, who can become a data? एक student है, एक fresher है, who is also aspiring to become a data scientist. An experienced person who has some 1 to 3 year experience, they also aspiring to become a data scientist. The people who are experienced, more than 5 10 year experience, they are also looking for to become a data scientist. The people who are from completely different background, they also want to become a data scientist. So
Mhm.
now the question is,
Mm.
what is your perspective on that?
Let me tell you a story about Dhoni. Dhoni has been the most successful captain in the Indian history that we have seen, and in many formats he has gotten a cup. Now, what if I told you Dhoni was one of those captains that used data very well? If you remember in IPL, there was a section of the play. If the runs are equal from both sides, right? There will be that bowl to if you bowl the wickets more number of times, just like in football, most number of kicks. If it is a draw, then that wins, right? As soon as this format was introduced, right? Can you guess how Dhoni would have used data to beat this format? Because that was a game changer. Dhoni basically took the team and that format, and they won in that format. Can you
Yes,
guess
yes.
what will be the idea there?
They were checking the efficiency of the bowlers, is it?
Absolutely, right? So you want to check the efficiencies of the bowler. Now, what Dhoni did is, why bowlers, he told, all the 11 members should bowl for from the day that announcement was happening till the cricket match date, what he did is he made everybody bowl, all the 11 members, all the 16, 15 members, whoever are there, bowl at least one bowl before they left for the day after the practice. And what he did is he asked somebody to capture that, right? And when they captured that data, right, in the end of, let's say, 30 days or 40 days, right, you would expect that the bowlers will rise on the top to hit the number of wickets, right? That is because bowlers are meant to hit the wickets. Their
Correct.
entire ability is to do that.
Agree.
But data said otherwise.
So
So
yes,
instead, so basically, while all other teams are thinking to put their best bowlers in the game, right? Dhoni put the person that made the most wickets in this 30 days
superb.
and after practice. And that is the power of analytics. If somebody knew this, they would have changed that game. And Dhoni knew this. And Dhoni is a data driven cricketer. So now, to answer your question, do you see applications of data in every field that occurs?
Agree.
Right, it's agree,
100%.
right? So it's open to all. Basically, you even if you don't want to become a data scientist, essentially at some point you will handle data. Even as coaches, number of students who are at which stage, how many of them are passing, how many emails we sent, how many visits on the website, wherever we see numbers, data is going to be there. And it's going to be more like a function. It's more like you are trying to solve problems, but you're going to look at data. So definitely, irrespective of whether you're going to make it as a data scientist or not, you will require some amount of data handling.
Okay. So to answer that my question, can they become a data scientist if they are not from, I mean, engineering background?
They can. It will be, the curve will be little bigger, but nothing great has ever been achieved without the time and consistency and discipline to get into that place. And there are
So
a
we
lot of
have
people I know that are getting into data science from
superb.
non-technical background, and it is
So we
possible.
have one question from Ankit Paswan. Any guidance for freshers in BA, DA, DS? It's tough to get hands-on experience for such person.
So the experience typically is again a problem. Like, so for example, again, this is a problem solving thing, right? Like, how do you solve problems? Let's
Mm-hmm.
look at what the problem solving methodology is. Okay. So one of the things that I typically ask, and this is one of the three steps that we can talk about it to get into data science.
Mm-hmm.
And perfectly, this question came in this position. So one of the steps that you do is you first identify a industry or a function that you are working with. So, for
Correct.
example, let's say, what is industry and a function. Let's say industry is, let's say, fashion industry. Okay. And industry, let's say, let's consider Mintra.com. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They sell products, clothes, anything around fashion, right? So that is their business. Now, in that particular business, there will be multiple functions. Like, for example, there will be a finance department, there will be marketing department, there will be HR department, there will be products department, there will be public relationship, and there are different functions. That sales department also will be there. There will be mobile development, app development department, technical department. So many different functions are there. Now, people are not really bothered about how well you can write a Python code or how well you can, do something. Right? People are bothered about their problems, right? So, for example, in Mintra.com, like, let's say, fashion e-commerce industry, and we will say, let's say, digital marketing. Okay, so the moment you narrow this, you'll see there will be so many problems. So, for example, one of the most common problems in e-commerce is people will add to the cart and they will leave it in the cart. They will not purchase it. Now, what will happen is, when you know that this is a problem, right? Somebody is adding in this cart, and they're not purchasing. So where data will come in is, we will take all the customer in lifetime who have added their cart and left it. They've not purchased it. What we'll do in the background is, we'll take these customers, and from all those people who have added in the cart, we will segment these customers, and we will personalize them, give some offer to them. Hey, in this cart, we are going to give you a discount, or if you buy this, we'll give you some other discount, right? Looks like you have some left something in the basket. Why don't you purchase it, right? So as soon as they do that, what happens is suddenly all of these the baskets that were left empty, suddenly at least little more business is coming from that,
True.
right? So you solved a problem using data. Now, when you pick your domain or the industry and function, you will start seeing problem statements, right? And once you start seeing the problem statement, then sorry, uh, uh, then what happened is you then basically are able to put yourself in their shoes and identify the problem statements that is going to help them. And then when you put one or two of projects in your profile, once you do that, you are going to be in better position to get a good project that you can solve and put in your resume, right? So that is the process.
So basically, if somebody want to become a data scientist, they should think like they are going to be a problem solver,
Yep.
and there will be multiple problem, but they have to segment themselves in one dedicated problem, and they are going to solve. Very
Yep.
nicely explained. Very nicely explained. Thank you so much. So coming to my next question of the day, why everybody want to become a data scientist? Why this one set of people? They why it's kind of shiny object? Why everybody is moving towards the shiny object?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, when something gains popularity or something gets popular and get advertised, right? Like just before this, there was software development, app development, right? And it was continuing to be there. And something new comes, everybody wants to go there. And primarily, when there is a shortage, right, of these resources, it immediately becomes valuable. And plus, people are companies are willing to pay more for this particular kind of jobs. And so that itself basically gets you into this in this mode, or it sort of the demand gets created around that, and that's why people tend to move towards this kind of problem statements.
Okay, Kunal, thank you so much. So, Kunal, let's come to a little bit non-technical area. So, what is your mission, by the way?
My mission is to help at least 1 million data science aspirants, even non-programmers, learn and apply data science in their career and grow in their career. Basically, it's a growth
So,
engine.
thank you so much. I've seen that you are a founder of Data Science Mastermind. So, what you do exactly there in the Data Science Mastermind?
So there, what I'm doing there in Masterminds is basically creating courses in exactly in this format where we identify problems and first begin to attack what the problem solving method is, and then systematically take all the resources or all the use all the tools to solve the problems.
Superb, superb.
So
So, we
that's
have
that's
one
what.
more question here from Srishti Chogle. I'm working in support job. Can I go for data scientist or shall I start with data analyst first?
Yeah, Shushti has brought up this good point where instead of directly jumping for data scientist, right? Exactly what we are speaking about, right? You begin with a data analyst, which the entry barrier will be a lot more smaller than a data scientist. And if you had to put a hierarchy, right? If you had to put a hierarchy, you'll see that the AI ML jobs, all of them will be on the top of the, and data analyst is a lot of jobs. So if you take at the bottom from there are a lot of these jobs. So you begin your journey here, be in the industry, get a feelers of this industry, add skills, and you move up the ladder.
Superb.
So data
So,
analyst is a good place to start with.
So according to you, the first step go for data analysis, then move up to the ladder step by step.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So Kunal, next question of the day. Can you
Mhm.
just give some very simple steps how to become a data scientist? Very simple
Uh,
steps.
yeah, I mean, although the journey is big, and I'll not say that it's not easy, but again, if you want to get into that particular journey, the steps that you typically begin is begin with the problem solving mindset. Pick a industry and a domain that you can relate with or are already working in. So for example, Ankit says he's working in banking. You can start off with banking as a choice. Then what you do is you start working with metrics and creating dashboards, just like the example we are giving in the cricket, where we sort of basically are trying to get some dashboards or reports in place. And so you start using like Excel, SQL, Tableau, or Power BI sort of a tools where you're trying to bring reporting or reports or dashboards for the business. Okay, and once you have done that, now you will understand that you want to stay ahead of the curve. You want to stay ahead of the curve and be more predictive in nature, right? That's when you learn a little bit of Python, start learning machine learning, right? And then once you have mastered that or done this particular thing, and again, this journey looks very fast when I say it, but it will be typically a 1 year to a 3 year journey to get there, right? It's although a lot of promises are there that it can be done in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, or 9 months also. It you can do it, but can all of them do it? No. Can you do it? You have to assess yourself, right? And so you have to know where what your capabilities are and what your skills are, and you continue to practice and you will make it. But the first step definitely would be you becoming a data analyst, getting the feelers and continue to build your skills and doing that, right? So after that, basically you get into predictive analytics, and then at last, Amar bhai, you have to come to your topic, that is communication, right?
Mhm.
So learning to communicate what your insights are, helping the business take decisions with the data, and you know taking a lot of thinking, a lot of angles to help business either save costs or increase the revenue.
Perfect. So
So
we
that
have
will be
one
the
more
job.
question here right now. Someone who has
Mm.
more than 7 year experience in digital marketing have
Mhm.
completed data science course from 365.com. How I
Mm.
can become practically valuable to the organization. So
Okay.
over
Yeah.
to
So
you, Kunal.
digital marketing is a hotbed of data, right? It's a hotbed of data, and so Mangarish, you what you can do is you can understand the marketing funnel first in digital marketing, right? So understanding the funnels of where organic, organic traffic is coming from, where inorganic traffic is coming from, what is the cost involved in both of them, right? And what is the end metric that you are potentially trying to get, and it will be revenue or referrals or something like that, right? And so you want to look at the entire funnel and start building reports in each junctures first. And so once you do that, when you're trying to solve problem, because again, people were looking for solutions for the problem. So in digital marketing, common problems could be Facebook's ads are not giving good ROI, right, Amar? So you
Yes,
can relate to
sometime
that,
yes.
right? Sometimes, right? So it goes up and down. So how can you solve that using data? Okay, if that is not there, let's say organic market, how can you find good keywords or SEOs or terms like that that will work for your company or brand, right? And then you use data for again trying and testing. So there are some these examples that you begin. You find these common problems, you try to solve them, and then you approach companies that do digital marketing and say, "Hey, I will do this particular work for you. Why don't you, let me do this particular work?" Right. So
Perfect.
that way, you are able to be tangibly able to get some work in companies that have digital marketing.
Perfect. So we have another question from Sushti. What is the starting package of data scientist and data analyst? पैसा
Okay, this
पहले
is
चाहिए.
yes, yes, sir. Absolutely. So, yes, I mean, so the salary packages are somewhere between 3.55 lakhs to 9 lakhs. It will be as a fresher or 1 year experience. And depending on how well you're able to sell well. Yes, you heard it right. How well you're able to sell yourself, and how much skills you have, right? So if you have good
Perfect.
projects in your bag and you're continuing to add value by show that confidence in interviews, you will potentially get a bit higher salary than usual. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We have another question from the same person. Can we get a job after doing data science machine learning courses?
We have covered the Srishti. So yes, the answer is yes, you can get it, but you have to be extremely prepared with what kind of projects you are doing and adding in your resume, right? If you add
Perfect.
generic generic problem statements or problem statements, then recruiters know that okay, this is a very generic problem statement. But if you take time to understand, choose your domain and industry, and put a specific problem statement that the industry is typically facing, then your chances will be high, and your ability to explain that, because look, they want a solution to a problem, not how well you know machine learning or how well you know coding. So if you're able to explain that in the interview, your chances will be high.
Perfect. Another question from the same person. Without experience and support job experience, can we show as a data science, I mean data analysis experience after getting data scientist job? According
Uh,
to me, no.
yeah, we can't. You have to solve problems or try to find some projects, maybe through Upwork or freelancer.com, somewhere, or build some work on public data, right? That way, then you can show that experience, and then be able to work with that, add it to your resume and work with that.
We have one more question, might be repeated one again.
Mhm.
So we have please ask what is the difference between data analytics, data engineer, and data scientist. So this question has already been covered, sheets. So Kunal, over to you if you can add anything.
Yeah, so data analysts, data engineer, and data scientists. Data analysts, typically the journey wise, data engineers come first, then data analysts, and then data scientist. Data engineers, what they do is our we have a lot of systems that capture we have a lot of systems that capture data. So let's say we are looking at let's again outmethod.com. There is a mobile app, there is a website, there are social media channels, right? There is their finance apps, they have the internal company apps, they have the customers applications. So there's a lot of data sitting there, and to the data engineers typically go through all of these systems and bring the data into one place. Again, there's a lot more to it, but simply put, for this audience right now, they bring it into a place within which analysis and insights can be generated, and that's where data analysts come in. They pick up that data that is given by data engineers at a place which is a data warehouse. They pick up the data from there, build dashboards in Power BI or Tableau, use SQL or Excel primarily to bring insights out of the data. And data scientists not only use data or reporting structures, but they use computer science, which is programming. They use their domain knowledge. They use mathematics and statistics to solve problems. So that's where uh, this is the trajectory how it will look like.
You know, Kunal, I was
Mhm.
thinking there are so many people who are non-technical and we are giving them data warehouse, data science, data analytics. So what they
Mhm.
were thinking, oh my God, चल क्या रहा है यहाँ पे?
At
Perfect,
least, at least they will get exposed to new terms, and the
perfect.
highest recommendation would be just go and Google all these terms. At
Perfect. Thank you
least,
so much. Thank you so much, Kunal.
yeah.
You made the life so easy. There are
Mm.
so many people. They got their answer. They got their question clear in their head right now. So, guys, if you still have any question, feel free to post. We will be here for a few minutes. So, Kunal, moving towards my, I mean, we have already completed more than half an hour. So, moving towards my last or second last question of the day. So
Mhm.
before I ask any question, do you have any question for me?
So, Amar, when you're teaching courses, right? I know you teach in communication, right? And I want to bring out what's your experience in the students basically learning some new skill and then applying it, right? And how much attention they have to do that particular task. What's your experience there?
Perfect. So the question is very close to my heart, Kunal. You know, whenever anybody trusting me as a coach, I used to handhold them. I used to
Mm.
make sure that they should get the result. And you know, 2 days back, there is one person, his name is Ravi Sharma.
Mhm.
He gone through my 100 days challenge. In just 21 days, I have
Mhm.
seen the complete different Ravi Sharma.
Mhm.
Complete different Ravi Sharma. Day one recording, he has his introduction was recorded in day number one, and he had so many fillers, he had so many pauses, he had so many flinking eyes, he has so many, I mean, there are so many things which has to be improved, and in day number 21 I can see 90% improvement in just 21 days. And
Mm-hmm.
it was the immense pleasure for me, so that I can see that people who are trusting me, they are getting the good result, they are improving themselves. And how I used to work with them, I used to just handhold them. I used to work with them every week, once in a week. I used to give them training, and I have given recorded courses. Every single courses had the assignment. They used to do assignment, and if you are not able to do the assignment, then you are out of the challenge. So this person is very serious, because I
Mm-hmm.
used to give 100% refundable guarantee. If you complete
Mm-hmm.
the challenge in next 100 days, your every single penny will be refunded.
Mm-hmm.
So this person is
Mm-hmm.
super serious, and I am 100% sure he will claim his refund by the end of 100 days. We have one more question here right now. I am doing courses from Upgrade for data science now, and seeing that after completing courses, some person are getting hike about 330%. Is it really true, or they are just getting, just faking it?
Now, what happens is, again, this is again. Can we say all of the people that are getting into that course, they get this particular hike? Probably not, right? So in each and every course, what happens is, or whoever is offering a course, right, there is that self drive, and as you are saying, right, who is in action will get the results,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so if you're in action and you are putting in the hours, right, you can say the ability to your salary or hike is directly proportional to how much effort you put into learning the skill, how much effort you put into communication, how much effort you take in selling and knowing interviewers and problems and companies problems, right? If you start knowing all of these things, definitely your value is continuing to increase. So I cannot deny or say anything about Upgrade, because again I don't know about them. But this kind of hike is possible. I've seen it in my experience, people getting it. But only the extreme criteria is how well are you able to position yourself as a problem solver in front of companies, right? And so if that is possible, I think definitely it will be possible.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kunal. Thank you so much. And Sheesh Gupta, I believe you got your answer. Now, Sunal, I am curious to know, do you have a step by step plan? How can somebody become a data scientist?
Yeah, so on my YouTube channel, there are some couple of videos and starter videos that are there that will help you get a feelers of what data science is,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
So one of the videos that I typically recommend, it's directly as soon as you visit the channel, you will be getting the steps of what we just discussed and more detailed. Plus, there will be also some feelers of some problems being solved in that. I would definitely recommend you go check out those videos, and there will be another series on pivot tables, which I definitely recommend to start off with, because that sort of begins your journey to just analyze a data, right? And so if you start with that, you will be in position to tell whether or not this journey is going to be for me.
Superb, superb. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It will really help to the people who are right now. They are curious to grow in their career in data science. Thank you so much, Sukunal. Moving towards the last question of the day, because I know there are people who are asking question, and we are running out of time also, so I have to maintain the dignity of the time, so I'm sorry for
Hmm.
that. uh,
Hmm.
what is your one success principle which you're following since long time and you will follow in your lifetime?
So one of the principles that I'm following is, and this came unknowingly, right? And it is the principle of learning, executing, and then teaching. Learning, executing, and teaching. What this did is, when the beginning of a career, when I was starting off, I used to learn some new concepts, and my company had also training institutes. I used to teach there, and then students used to ask doubts. I used to go solve it, learn it, solve it, teach it, learn it, solve it, teach it. And if it's seen in the real environment, this is also what we follow. So, for example, what we do is we analyze a situation, right? We try to solve the situation, we do that situation, and then we communicate or tell that to our stakeholders and convince them that this works or this is the solution for it, right? And so we do that. So as you do more of this, your confidence will start building in terms of basically not only take learning a particular concept but teaching it back, and it retains more in your memory. You get to basically, you know keep that concept deeply and be more deeply connected, or be more speciality in that.
Okay, so we have one more question here from Srishti Chogle. To switch career as a data scientist, do we need to do we need strong mathematics, or what if we are intermediate in mathematics? Can we switch to data science?
So yes, you need to have a strong mathematics, and plus if you're intermediate, this you have make time and start practicing it. Simple, it will happen.
Perfect. So we have one more question from Shubhrajita Tripathi. And the question is, what are the questions are being asked while interview for BI, BA, DA, etc. as a fresher?
Okay, we'll not pinpoint what are the questions asked during BI, BA, DA, right? At that particular time, as a fresher, your ability to showcase which tools you know, right? So tools like Tableau Public have live dashboards which you can put in your resume and showcase that kind of work you have done. And so, basically showcasing the kind of work you do, and the technical expertise are typically the focus area. But pivot it all around a project rather than the technical. Pivot everything around the project. Pivot around what kind of metrics you're working with for that is relevant to that company, right? So you can't go to a Mintra.com and show some banking dashboard and expect to get hired, right? What you want to do is try to work as a fresher, try to work domain specific dashboards, which will
Mhm.
at least be very close to what the business is working for.
Perfect, perfect. It was really mind blowing. It was really mind blowing. So, coming to my, I don't want to ask any question right now, but we have so many people they are asking questions. So, yes,
Mhm.
Srishti, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kunalji, for accepting the invite and being a super guest and solving so many problems in just one half an hour. And I know there are so many people they want to ask more, they want to talk to, they want to they want to solve their question again. So if it is good if you can share something, some email ID or contact number or YouTube channel for yours, which people can connect with you. It would be even better. So
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
good if you can connect that. Thank you so much. And next week we have someone who is super amazing, and she is also a coach from this coaching industry. So be there for sure next week, Sunday evening, 6 p.m. sharp, for this another important learning of the day. And next week we are going to complete 31 episode every week, consistent without fail, no matter what, be it any social media. You will be finding this coffee with coach. The revolutionary coffee with coach is on your way. Thank you so much, Kunal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are blessed to have you.
Thank you, Amar, for inviting me, and thank you for doing this.